So there's this movie out called Regretting You from Colleen Hoover, who also is the writer, novelist for It Ends With Us and a bunch of other movies that are in production. And best I can figure, she's like a TikTok novelist, and her claim to fame is not really the quality of the writing so much as TikTok fame. The only amount of Colleen Hoover writing I've ever seen or read is the clips that I was grabbing for this little experiment, and either her or the screenwriter, low quality, like not very polished. Let me just say that. I think that's a diplomatic way to say it. But yeah, there's this movie, Regretting You. It's on Amazon, and I was looking at it, and I was like, it looks like if you stare at it long enough, it looks okay. But if you initially look at it, it's like shocking how like muted it is. It looks crappy. And I sort of bought it until the pool scene where I realized Dave Franco looks like a zombie, and I'm like, oh, I think this is raw footage. I think this is log. It's not actually colored correctly. It's not colored. So I looked it up, and sure enough, they shot this thing with an Arri Alexa 35, and they shot in Arri RAW, which is the highest quality codec on one of the highest quality cameras. Um, so they shot it raw. So what we're seeing is sort of a raw log. I'll get into why I think this is in a minute, but yeah. So this is not the colors we're seeing here is not the finished movie. And I went to check, and so I pulled a clip just off of YouTube, and sure enough, the colors look great. They look saturated. They have tone. I mean, it's an RE camera, so it's really pretty hard to screw up. But you go from that to this. It's yeah. You're looking at raw footage and or log footage, and you're not supposed to. It's this is as a colorist, as a person who works in post production, even if like obviously the colorist is sort of one of the last steps in the process of making a movie, like after the edit. Um, but even while the editor is editing the movie, they're usually using some kind of LUT or transformation to make it look close to what it's going to look like. Obviously, somebody like me would come in afterwards and make it look better, but they're going to use these colors. They're not going to use these zombie colors because they're hard to look at and it's hard to see detail, and it's really hard to, like, for instance, on the outdoor water scenes, it's really hard to judge exposure. Um, it's yeah, everything looks sort of brown and it looks like a hazy day, and then also Dave Franco looks like a dead person, like Leo sitting on the door, or trying to get Rose to share the internet. Whiffed at that joke. My point being, yeah. So this is obviously not how it's supposed to look. And credit where credit's due. The scene that I pulled off of YouTube is colored excellently. So clearly this was a mistake. What do I think happened? I think Amazon either got a what's called a flat pass file, which is to say all the color grading has been stopped, probably for HDR reasons, because they need a separate set of metadata for high dynamic range, because Amazon likes to, just like Netflix, if you have high dynamic HDR ability, you can play HDR stuff if you have the right plan. So I think that's probably what happened, but either the regular Rec 709, because that's what this is, just normal everyday color file, either that version of the movie got deleted or lost or is not linked to Amazon's playback, or probably what happened is when you're somebody who clicks on Regretting You on Amazon, it somehow skips the Rec 709 one and tries to give you the HDR one, but because I wasn't using it at any point in HDR monitor or screen or anything, Amazon failed to deliver the HDR data while the movie was playing, is my best guess. Okay, editor Matt here. The same movie on Paramount Plus, I was pretty sure it was going to look perfectly fine. It does. It's got colors. Dave Franco does not look like a zombie. Here's the Amazon version. Obviously, it's not 1-to-1 because they're two different monitors, but yeah. So regular colors on the Paramount version, crappy color, like lack of colors basically on the Amazon version. And it's really obvious in this case in green, because green is so bright in log to begin with. If you look sort of on the grass behind him, it's sort of desaturated and kind of just washed out, and here it looks kind of great. So yep, there you go. Back to you, better Matt. But basically, it shouldn't look like this. It's sucks. I'd be really embarrassed. Commentary wise, it's a Colleen Hoover movie that was sent out to die and ended up on Amazon. So, is there even a living, breathing person behind getting this up on Amazon? Maybe that was the like. It's a low budget, low effort movie that doesn't really have much of an audience because the giant TikTok book audience doesn't seem to go to the theaters the way the Twilight audience did. So that's just me. That's just me editorializing. But let's go ahead and fix this because we need it. We need it to look good because this looks perfectly serviceable. This clip, but yeah, we're in the dirges of stuck in Rec 709 or log world where everything's a little bit green, everything's a little bit washed out, and especially during the day, the daylight stuff looks terrifying. So let's jump into the color grade. Here we go. It's so much easier than what I would have expected, which is crazy. Actually, before I do that, I will leave this clip on because I'll show you why in a minute. So this clip is really long. It's neither here nor there. It's just a thing I pulled off of YouTube, but let's see if I can find, there we go, interior car scene. There we go, to match that. So my first thought was, well, if it's RE log, what I'll do is my color grading stuff, which is I'll do a color space transform. So I, educated guess, picked RE wide gamut 3, RE log C3, and then you just got to do the Rec 709 conversion on the other side. What I do is I convert it to DaVinci wide gamut in the middle so I can work on it, but you don't have to. You could just do one at the end that's, RE, Rec 709 gamut 2.4. It would, if you're doing nothing else, it would do the same thing, but I like to open up a little box so I can work inside the box. So the color space transform, ignore that. So this is what we started with. That's what we got. So it added colors, but we lost exposure, and we can pop out this guy. So I'll show you that. So if you look at this guy, come on, there we go. So that's where we started with. Everything is sort of living low, and then even the brightest stuff is living low. That's telltale log footage. Each log footage on cameras is a little bit different, but yeah, it tends to be at the bottom and tends to have very low saturation. This vector scope shows saturation. The further away you go from the center, the more saturated it gets. So just a color space transform from RE log to Rec 709 gives you colors, but it's obviously still very dark. So there needs to be an additional adjustment. That makes sense, especially if it was log, because log doesn't really have an assigned ISO. You can assign it later. RAW. I mean, that's neither here nor there. So I did a exposure of 2 stops to get it up. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. So we went from that to that. We have colors, we have depth. We're losing some black in the everything for a while, but that fixed it. And you can do it with all of it. Fixed it. There's still adjustments that I like the interiors more than I do the exteriors, if it's not obvious. Like, for instance, here's an exterior, and I mean, it's fixed, but it doesn't look perfect. What I found, though, is if you don't do a color space transform and you just do a generic, the log profile that Blackmagic gives you, the LUT conversion, RE Alexa log C to Rec 709, and you put that on, and that actually looks a lot better. So it's this versus that. So it's this or it's that. I like this one better, especially when you do the corrector. You don't need to really do 2 anymore. You can do just one stop of exposure. I think that looks great. So yeah, it's not perfect the way the actual color grade is, obviously, but it's a far cry. So much so that, yeah, let's just we'll turn off the color space transform and just do the LUT correction. It's very dark. We'll add some light to it. This one, two stops, does make sense in the dark because now you can see his, if you didn't notice before, you can see the wrinkles in his sweater. You can still see it. Compare that to, the scene where he's talking to her in the car, and I think they look pretty close. Let's do selected clips. We'll hide effects to give us a little bit more room. So is it 1-to-1? No, but it's definitely improved upon the product. So yeah, I like that. The other way we could do it is we could do it like that. I don't think that's quite as strong, but let's see if I can find the car scene again. Car scene's hard to find. No, it's not here. Anyway, my point is, yeah, so super weird. It's an error. I would lose my mind if I had to watch an entire movie that looked like that, because it looks horrible and it's not the way it's meant to look. And to be honest, when I was in film school, when we had to bring in dailies of our short films, I just didn't know that you could put a LUT on it and make it look good. And this is the kind of footage I brought in. And guess what the note was every single time I brought in footage like this? No matter what, if it was a narrative, if it was documentary, it was always, hey, the colors look weird and it looks kind of green and it's kind of hard to see. And yeah, that's because it's log footage. It's not meant to be viewed. It's a tool. The real footage is real. And that's the point. The real footage is supposed to look like real footage. And that's, yeah. So I don't know what Amazon's doing. It seems like just a clerical error or like just a programming error, and maybe they'll fix it. But it was driving me crazy because I know what human skin is supposed to look like, and you do sort of fall into this trap of when you're looking at stuff that's in log footage. If you look at it long enough, it starts to look okay. It's your brain sort of adds color back in the longer you look at it, which is the big trap. But you see this, and then you see like a commercial comes up that's colored correctly, and they look fundamentally different, and it's crazy. It's so crazy. So, yeah. Am I going to actually watch all of Regretting You, having now watched probably a third of it? No. I like movies written by writers, and yes, I think Colleen Hoover technically does qualify as calling herself a writer, but um, she got famous on TikTok for being a writer on TikTok. Like she's a self publisher kind of person. That's not to say some self published people out there are actually brilliant and just haven't been seen yet, and self publishing was a way for them to break in. That's a real avenue for sure. Do I think that's what happened with Colleen Hoover? No, because the quality of the writing, especially the dialogue in her movies, assuming it's not all of the screenwriter's fault, is like low quality, deep cable, like Lifetime Movie Network level writing, and it's just I don't understand. I don't understand the point. Like if you're gonna go through the trouble of writing a novel, wouldn't you want to be good? Wouldn't you try to make sure that what you were writing was actually like well written? I don't know. If you've gone through this far, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Is this a good movie? Did you watch it? Catch you next time.